Can you guys hear me? How's the audio? Can you hear me clearly over the game music? Anyway, this stream is just because I wanted to show off some replays of some fun matches me and my friends have had. We've gotten a lot better at this game since the last time I streamed it a few months ago. Because back then, we were just complete noobs. We barely knew how to play. We couldn't even remember what buildings or units to make, and we struggled to even play against the CPU. Whereas now, we can quite comfortably beat the hardest CPU. So we're spending most of our time playing against other players now. So I'll show you how some of the funnier matches went. I'm super tired today because I've been playing Beat Saber for 4 hours on Experts Plus difficulty. So my arms are pretty sore now, and they'll probably be even worse tomorrow. So I'm just chilling out, and that's why I'm doing a live stream. And I haven't done one for a long time, so I want to see if anyone's actually still paying attention to my YouTube channel. I saw that my previous Age of Empires live streams weren't particularly popular. The Pokemon Clover ones were a bit more popular, but I couldn't finish that game. It was too hard for me. I got stuck quite near the Pokemon League. So I didn't stream all of it, but I'm probably not going to continue playing that at all. It's just too hard for me. Anyway, I'm going to wait a bit more before I start showing a match in case some more people show up because I think we're still a bit early. I think we can wait a few more minutes. But yeah, I've been playing Beat Saber in total for about 70 hours now, over a few months, and I'm getting much better at it just due to my physical fitness getting better. Like in the beginning, not only was I too slow at the game, I wasn't fit enough to complete any Expert Plus levels because I got tired after playing for like 1 minute. Now, most of the levels I can actually finish, but I still have to take a break every once in a while because I just can't play non-stop on Expert Plus. But on the easier difficulties, even on just Experts, I can play that pretty much non-stop now without getting tired, which is kind of cool. It's kept me in shape during lockdown because otherwise I'm not getting much exercise staying at home, even though I do have some gym equipment that I could be using, but I prefer to just play Beat Saber now. It's a lot more fun. Will I play EBF another time? Well, actually, Lightning Laser's working on a modded version of EBF 5, so I might live stream me playing that later. If people are interested, which I think they might be, because my old EBF 5 live stream was pretty popular. And the new mod, there's a decent amount of changes, which I think people would find interesting to see. The biggest part is just that enemies are smarter and have a bigger variety of moves and effects. But the players also get some new skills, there's some new status effects added to the game, so overall it should feel quite fresh. If you've played the game a few times, it might be worth another playthrough. Do I have EBF 6? No, I don't know what I'm going to work on next. I don't have anything planned. I still need to re-release all my old games on Steam, and I still need to release EBF 5 on mobile because I've taken a break from that. Any chance of hopping into a round of Age of Empires with me? Yeah, at some point, probably. We can probably add you to our clan, but it's not just me playing. I always play with my friends, and it's weird when I like introduce two groups of people to each other, you know, because I've got like my friends, and then I've got like my fans, and it might get awkward if you guys don't get along, but hopefully you guys will. I was thinking maybe I would do it like we would set up a match against like me and my friends versus some of my fans, but I think that would be a bit unfair because we've all been practicing together for so long, and you guys probably just be like random people meeting each other for the first time. But who knows? There might be some really talented Age of Empires players in my fan base who are much better than any of us. So yeah, it just depends on who's willing to play, I guess. But yeah, at some point I will probably send out an invitation for some of you guys to play with us. Anyway, I'm assuming most of you have you're not familiar with this game. It's very old, but it's still quite popular even today among real-time strategy people. So just in case you don't know, it's you just how do I explain real-time strategy? It's like StarCraft. You just control all your units, and you want to play as efficiently as possible. You want to get the resources that you need at the time. You want to spend them as quickly and efficiently as possible. You want to micromanage your units, meaning you want to give them really specific instructions as fast as you possibly can. Because like, if you just send your army to go fight and don't pay attention to what it's doing, it's probably going to get killed. But if you try to move them around to move around enemy obstacles like towers and castles and stuff, it'll do much better. So a lot of the skill level from this game just comes from like how fast you can tell different units to do things, and just kind of memorizing what the best strategies for like each level in Civilization are. So it's a really deep learning curve. We've been playing for like around 300 hours now, and we're still learning stuff every time we play. But anyway, I'm going to jump into the game here. I'm not just going to talk all day. Anyway, yeah, people are asking questions. I will look at the chat in a second, but I'm gonna start with this replay first. So let's see. Where's the one that I wanted to show off? Oh boy. It was 3v3, so it was one of these matches. Was it this one? Let's see. Map size. Oh yeah, it was this Nomad Map. Okay. So this game I want to show everyone because it was hilarious. It's Nomad, meaning you don't start with a town center, which is a very important building. You only start with 3 villagers in random parts of the map. So you have to wander the map and kind of quickly decide where the best place to start your base is. And this leads to some funny shenanigans sometimes, because you can end up placing your base in a very unfair area if you're not careful. So let's load this replay and give it a watch. Alright, so here's my dudes.
Yeah.
I'm orange, and I'm playing with 2 allies. I'm playing with my brother Jacob and my friend Mikey. And right here in the beginning, we encounter an enemy villager. So I start stabbing him. I got the first stab, which means I'm gonna win. And he realizes that I'm gonna win. So no, he doesn't even try to run away. He just dies. But then there's another enemy villager, and she notices my guy has 1 HP, so she kills him. But I've got another guy here. So normally it's not a good idea to fight with villagers on this map, but if you encounter other ones, you might as well try. Especially if you think you can get the upper hand. Like, I had 2 villagers quite close together, which was kind of nice, but I wasted that opportunity by sending one of them to fight when he had almost no HP left. Anyway, so that first player must be pretty angry that we killed one of his villagers. And we find another enemy here. Yellow is, no, is yellow my, yeah, yellow is Jacob. That's my ally. So I'm building my base here, and my ally's not too far. Jacob's building his base very nearby. But we're on Discord while we play this, so he's telling me that he's kind of being attacked by those guys. So if we, let's see, let's turn on all visible so that we can see the whole map. Alright, so over here, Jacob is fighting enemy villagers. They've kind of surprised him because they're making their base right beside his base, which is not a good idea. Usually you want some space so that you can actually expand your base a bit before you start fighting each other. But here, nope, we all accidentally just decided to start our bases in the same place. So here, we're just having a villager stabbing fight. Jacob loses a villager very quickly. I send my villager to help him because he's going to get outnumbered because there's 2 enemies here. two enemy colors. And we kill another one of them, but they're still building their town center here. And yeah, at this point in the game, all you have is 3 villagers. So if you lose those villagers, you're out of the game. You can't build anything. Your team is over. So we're chasing these guys, and Jacob decides it's not worth it. So he sends one of his back, which turns out to be a very bad idea, because we shouldn't split up at this point. We should stay together so we have a numbers advantage. But now these 2 guys are chasing my guy, which is not going to end well for him unless I get back to the safety of my allies over here. Meanwhile, my third ally, my friend Mikey over here, he's doing fine. He's just building his base. He's already killing animals. He's got his town center up, so he's establishing his base. While we're just having a villager fight over here in the Stone Age, pretty much. No weapons, just a bunch of villagers trying to stab each other. My villagers are slightly faster because I'm playing as the Berber civilization, and they have a slight speed boost to villagers, so he can't run away from me, which means this guy's gonna die eventually. Like, it's not a big speed bonus, so it takes some time to catch up to him. And he's... there you go, he's dead. Oh, meanwhile, Jacob's been wiped out. All of his villagers are dead. No, wait, that's his last one right there. And she's going down. Oh, no. Almost. She's dead, and that's my brother Jacob out of the game. He got wiped out right at the beginning, and now it's 2 versus 3. I got my base up, and if Jacob sent his villager to my town center, she would have been safe, but for some reason, I guess he panicked and he sent her the wrong way, and he didn't realize that the Blues are also the Berber civilization, so they also have a speed bonus on their villagers, so he could not run away from them. So there's nothing that villager could do. He just sent her in the wrong direction and she got murdered. So now he's out of the game, and all he can do is he can still spectate the match. So now that he's out of the game, he can see the entire map and see what's happening. And this is where a bit of cheating comes in. He can tell us what the enemy is doing because he can see everything. So we're down 1 ally, but we have someone kind of informing for us, which is pretty handy. So right now, we think we're going to lose because, you know, I've just started my base and we're up against 3 players. But my friend Mikey's been busy. He's been collecting all the food he can. So he's quite far ahead of everyone else right now. If we open up the score here, his score is a little bit higher than every other player. So he's got the highest score, but our team score is still pretty low because we already lost a player. Jacob's been wiped out. So we'll see how this progresses, because it's not looking good at this point. It's not good to be down a player in the first 5 minutes. But anyway, I'm going to take a look at the chat and answer some questions. Will I do EBF6? I don't know. We'll see. I don't have anything planned, and it's quite possible that I might never feel like doing that. But we'll see. I might do some other type of RPG that won't be quite the same. We'll see. Let's see. Are the other characters based on real life people? No, they're not. Not really. Just the main character. How much does the main character look like me? A little bit. He's got long hair, but that's about it. I think that's the main similarity. Like, my hair is not even that blonde anymore. Anyway, yeah, so my base is pretty close to Green's base over here, as you can see. Usually that makes it makes people uncomfortable if they start Nomad too close to an opponent, because you never know when they're going to attack, and it makes it really hard for you to collect resources like stone and gold when there's an enemy right next to you. But yeah, we decided to keep playing to see how it goes. But on the bright side, all 3 enemies are very close to each other, and they've kind of cornered themselves in this corner of the map. So me and Mikey, we have pretty much most of the map to ourselves. So if we want to spread out and collect resources somewhere south or to the west, there's no enemy players there to stop us. So we pretty much know exactly where we're going to be attacked from, which gives us an upper hand. You've tried out some real-time strategies, but they're a bit overwhelming. I agree. They have a long learning curve. When I started playing Age of Empires 2, well, I've been playing it for a long time as a kid, but I never learned how to play it properly. I mainly played it with cheats just to mess around. But now coming back into it, like I said, I've been playing for hundreds of hours, and I keep getting better every single time. Like, I get faster at playing it. I come up with better strategies. And, yeah, there's a lot to it. So, even if you start playing the ranked games and you're at the lowest level, even that lowest level is still pretty high. You still need a lot of practice to beat pretty much anyone playing the ranked games. So, you're probably just best off, like, playing with a local group of friends if you're not very good at it, or just playing against the CPU. But, yeah, this is the first RTS game I've actually gotten good at. I haven't played StarCraft or anything else long enough to get good at it. And here I don't have enough houses to make more villagers, so that's a bad thing that you want to avoid as much as possible. You always want to have enough houses so that you don't get housed, meaning you can't build any more units. I'm basically trying to make a wall of houses here because I know the enemy is to the east and they're probably going to attack soon. Or that's what I was assuming, but they never did attack soon. They kind of just wasted their time because they had quite a slow start after having that villager fight in the beginning. So yeah, early game always looks pretty much the same. Once you put down your town center, you just chop wood and collect food until you have enough to build some basic buildings like the mill and the lumber camp, and then you can advance to the next stage. And when you advance to the next stage, that's just you paying for an upgrade that kind of improves everything. It means you can build more buildings and get more upgrades for everything else and build new units, but it's quite expensive to upgrade to a new age, so you have to collect a lot of resources before you do that. And in the first age, the Dark Age, people don't usually fight very much. They usually just try to collect resources as fast as they can and then upgrade to Feudal Age, where they can get better military units like scouts and archers. And that's when they try to attack other players as quickly as possible. But anyway, over here we can see, what's this? Militia. So Mikey's attacking pretty early here. He's got archers on the way too. He's got barracks, he's got an archery range, he's already in the next age. He's way ahead of all other players. He's already collecting gold. He's got, does he have ships? Yeah, he's got fishing ships over here. He's collecting fish, which are, fishing ships are very efficient for gathering food early in the game, because they only cost wood to make, so you can send your villagers to chop wood, and then have your ships collect food instead, which is a bit faster. The only problem is that fishing ships can be killed very easily by other ships if you happen to run into them. The enemies are also fishing, even more so than we were. They're collecting a lot of fish over here. But yeah, Mikey's already harassing the enemy players with these militia he's made. They're pretty weak, but they're stronger than villagers, so he can probably kill a few if he finds them. Oh, he's got 4 archers built already. Mikey is a very aggressive player. He tries to build up an army as soon as possible and attack, while I'm a lot more defensive. I prefer to just make walls and make sure my base is safe before I try to attack. So it's probably good that I'm next to the enemies, because it's good to have my defenses up when all 3 of the enemies could attack me pretty soon. Yeah, someone says that they remember an older version of this game. Yes, Age of Empires 2 has been around for 20 years now, and it's been remade twice. This is the second remake. First they remade it in HD. They just called that Age of Empires 2 HD. They added some more expansion packs and stuff to that. And now, I think 1 year ago, they released Definitive Edition, which is a new remake again, which has even better graphics and even more features. And it's a pretty good remake, because the graphics are really good. They're not only higher resolution, the frame rates of the animation's also much higher, so all the characters are animated much smoother. And buildings have really cool animations when they get destroyed, whereas in the old game they just suddenly collapsed instantly and there was no animation at all. Anyway, Mikey's archers are over here. They're harassing Green's villagers. Green's town center is shooting arrows at them, because if you put your villagers in the town center, they're safe and they can shoot arrows from there. So you usually don't want to attack a town center too early, because they will destroy you. So anyway, as I was saying, they're still adding new content to this game. It's much bigger than the original release. And they've added some ease of life features that make this game play kind of at a higher level than originally. Because now you can queue up commands. You can tell units to do several things one after another. Like, you can tell your villagers to build a building and then build a second building after that, and then go collect wood or something afterwards. So you can tell your units to do a lot more things in order, which speeds up the pace of the game, like, dramatically. So maybe some people don't like that, but I think it's a pretty cool feature. You can tell your units to go to one area, then go to the next area after that. So you can kind of have them like walking around your enemy's base while you go do something else. So the game's definitely a bit more complex due to that change compared to the original game. Anyway, Mikey's archers are doing a very good job harassing Green over here. Here comes some skirmishers from the other player. And skirmishers are a counter unit to archers. They kill archers very fast, but they're not good at anything else. They're terrible. They do almost no damage to every other type of unit. So I'm building stables over here, so I'm going to send out some horses to help Mikey as soon as possible. Because he could probably kill those skirmishers, but he would lose some archers, and it's not a very good trade-off. But he's chasing them away, so he's not afraid. You just played the campaigns 20 years ago and just cheated with the Cobra cars. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did as well. I love all the cheat units. One of the cheats in this game you can do is you can just summon these cars with machine guns and then just kill everyone. And that's hilarious. I love how games used to have cheats, just for a laugh. It means like kids and stuff can play this game, because even if the game's too hard for a kid to play, they can just mess around with cheats and get most of the experience. You can still see all the campaigns even if you're just cheating. Anyway, I've got some horses now, and we've got some archers, so we're in a pretty good position now. Meanwhile, these guys, they haven't really attacked us at all. They've mostly just been building units to defend themselves. And defense is not very good if you don't even have any walls and we can just go around. So at this point, Jacob was telling me where the enemy had undefended villagers, so I sent my horses up here to attack these guys collecting gold, because there's no one here to defend them. So normally I wouldn't be able to see this. I would have my screen would look like this. So I did not know these villagers were here, but we had a spectator who could see the entire map. But I think that's the only time that we really cheated, because outside of that, Jacob didn't really help us that much as a spectator. Archers are going up here. And I'm looking for more areas where I can find villagers. I found this guy building a wall, and he's dead. It's always important to pick off villagers, because if you kill a lot of the enemy's villagers, they can't collect resources, which means they can't build an army. So you can just kind of, if you've got horses, a lot of the time you just kind of want to run away from units that are slower than you, and just find villagers to kill. I could have killed this one here, but I think I didn't see him. He was hiding behind the wall, so I missed him. Anyway, here we've got some spearmen, and spearmen are the arch enemy of horses. They kill horses very fast. So you want to stay away from them. But they are pretty slow, so they can't catch my horses, which is quite funny. And am I going to attack these guys? Nope, I'm just going to run away. Meanwhile, Mikey's upgraded his archers to crossbowmen, and he's not afraid of skirmishers anymore because he's got more upgrades. I sent more horses up here because I found more undefended villagers just chopping wood. The spearmen appear, and I'm like, nope, I'm out of here. But I'm attacking on two sides here, and this is where things get complicated if you try managing like two groups of units at the same time. Because I'm controlling horses over there and horses over here, and I want to make sure I stay away from the spearmen, but also try to find villagers and hunt down skirmishers. So it gets really complicated when you control multiple armies at once. And while you're controlling the armies, you also want to control your villagers at home who are collecting food. Like, I want to keep making more villagers in the town center, I want to get upgrades from the blacksmith, I want to send villagers to collect gold and food and wood and everything, and I have to do it in the right proportions. Like, if I collect too much wood, it's pointless because I need food to make horses, and horses don't need wood. So at this point, I collected too much wood, so I just built a lot of military buildings. But yeah, it's really hard to balance everything. And if the enemy like even just distracts you, it keeps you busy. Even if they don't do any damage, just distracting you is a good strategy because it means you're not managing your villagers. And they've got a big army here, but it's only trash units. It's only spearmen and skirmishers, which are... they're just kind of like defensive units you use to counter other units. They're not really good for attacking or anything. So these guys, they have nothing to attack us with. They only have some defensive units, and they're not doing a very good job defending because we're attacking from all sides. Mikey's already got knights. I'm attacking, where am I attacking? I'm building knights as well. What happened to my scouts? Oh, I've got a sheep over here. I captured one of their sheep. I didn't even notice. Oh yeah, and the game's not actually this bloody. I realize I actually have a mod that adds more blood to the game. So, yeah, that's mods for you. Mods are very easy to install in this game. Anyway, I've got knights, which are much stronger than scouts. They're pretty tough. And the only thing that can really kill them at this point in the game is spearmen. But 2 spearmen is not going to be enough to kill 4 horses. But anyway, I'm doing the clever thing here and just running away with my horses back to the town center. And I'm putting all my villagers in the town center so they can attack with arrows, and their whole army just walks into my trap. They realize what they've done and they start running away, but it's too late. Half of them are already dead. So then I'm like, okay, peasants, get back to work, go back to farming, and knights, go back to attacking. Alright, and here, this battle doesn't look too favorable for me because there's a lot of spearmen, so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just do what I did before. I'll just lure them towards the town center. Because they're not managing their army very well. They're probably busy trying to defend against... yeah, Mikey's still attacking them, so they're busy trying to defend against Mikey's attack. So they don't have time to look at what I'm doing. And I've just killed another army of theirs over here. Everyone's dead. So, yeah, it's 2 versus 3, but things are going pretty well for us. I was pretty chuffed with that, because I thought we were going to lose for sure. But at this point, it was starting to look like, hey, I think we might actually win this, because they have nothing to attack us with. They're only playing defense, and they're not doing it very well. Mikey found some more villagers on the gold here, and they could do nothing. They just died immediately. Meanwhile, my army's still harassing them over here. And I'm not losing very many units, as you can see. My army's just getting bigger and bigger. All the scouts I had earlier on in the game, they're all still alive. I'm just adding more and more horses. I'm not losing any. And found the villagers again. Yeah, you know, after being attacked the first time here, they could have built a wall or something here. Like, this bit would be really easy to build a wall here. But no, they didn't do that. And it's not like these are, like, weak players or anything. These guys were matched with us because they were of a similar skill level, which means they've won a lot of matches. And they should have been, you know, they should have been able to play against us quite well, but I don't know. I guess they got off to a pretty bad start and they just got nervous when Mikey started attacking them early on. And here, they've built a tower to protect their town, but it's not enough. I'm just like, I'm gonna kill this tower. They started building another tower. And it's not very good to lose towers because towers cost stone, and stone is pretty rare. So if they lose their stone for no good reason, because these towers, they didn't do very much damage to me. They're just wasting their stone, which means they won't be able to build things in the next age. They won't be able to build more town centers. So they're just wasting their resources at this point. All these villagers are dying. Mikey's even built battering rams, which are specifically used for killing towers and castles. So, Green's destroyed. He has nothing left. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Mikey built a castle in Green's base. He got villagers from his town to come over here, chop wood, and build this castle. And the castle's just shooting at them. And they can't take down a castle because they don't have any siege weapons. All they have is pikemen and skirmishers. So this castle's just obliterating Green's base. All their towers are down. Green is finished. And there's still 2 players left, but they probably see what's going to happen here. Look at all these knights. And now Mikey's built Chuko News, which are a special type of archer that only the Chinese can make. They're pretty tough in big numbers. Blue's still got skirmishers here, which are... they're useless. They're not going to do anything to my horses. Okay, he's got pikemen as well, but it's not enough pikemen. Yeah, Blue's army's dead. Blue's being attacked at his base. I think the match is almost over, guys. Okay, Mikey's horses are being killed here. There you can see a rare situation where Mikey lost some units pretty badly, but it's no big deal. We've practically won at this point. He's got his archers, which are dealing with those pikemen, even as they kill the horses. And Blue's had enough. Blue resigns. Not long after Green. And the match is over! And we won 2 versus 3. I thought that was an amazing match. Because I really didn't think we would win, especially after losing a player immediately. But that's what happens when you play on the Nomad map. It's wild, because you never know where people are going to put their bases. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that with everyone. To kind of archive this match for us to look back at some point in the future. Because if you look back at my previous live streams, we did not play this well. We played awful. We couldn't even beat the CPU. So watching our previous gameplay compared to how we played in this match, it's a big difference. And I'm pretty proud of like how far we've come in the last few weeks of lockdown. Well, a few months. I guess we've been playing this for almost 3 months now. Alright, let's read some comments. Let's see. Sounds cool. I'll check it out when I can buy things again. You lost your original disc. Yeah, it's worth buying the new version of Age of Empires. It's definitely much more up to date than the old one. I mean, I'm sure you can play the old one still, and if you have an older computer, you'll have to play the old one because this version has much higher graphics card requirements. So you need a fairly modern computer to play this. So I'm not going to tell people to I guess go out and buy this if you're happy with the original game. There are some new cheats in the definitive edition. Yeah, I've noticed that. I think the llama cheat is new. I haven't played around with the cheats yet because we always play with cheats off, but I haven't tried out all the new cheats. The only one we tried out was the 256 times cheat, which lets you research upgrades as many times as you want pretty much, which gets crazy because you can do you can upgrade the range of your archers over and over again until your archers can hit any point in the entire map. So that's a crazy way of playing the game. And it's fun too until it gets too laggy just because of the crazy stuff you can do. Are you late? No one's really late. I don't know how long this stream's gonna go. I might show more matches or I might just talk about something else if people want me to. Do I play D&D? No, I used to a few years ago, but it was so time consuming, I didn't want to do it anymore. Because I can only have so many time consuming hobbies at one time, and right now it's Age of Empires. I did like D&D, I just don't want it to take over my life like it does for a lot of people. You always played the Spanish. The Spanish are cool. They've got some cool bonuses. They're really good with maps that have a lot of water because their ships are good and they're good in team battles because they get more gold from trading. So if you're trading with your allies, it's good to have a Spanish person on your team. But I don't think any of us have played as the Spanish in a while. Yeah, there's 35 civilizations now, which is way more than the original game. I'm not sure how many were in the original, but it was a lot less than what they have now. Probably like half as much, maybe less even. Am I aware of Lance's cult's existence? I don't know. There's a lot of like parody accounts of my characters on Twitter and stuff, but I just mute them all. I don't want to see that stuff. It's really annoying. There are laser cats in the cheats? Oh, I don't know about that. I'll have to take a look. You threw out your gigantic computer for scrap? Well, I'm assuming if you threw it out for scrap, then it wasn't a very good computer. Okay. Anyway, what do you guys want to see next? Do you want me to just answer questions, or do you want to watch another match? Because this match is really the main thing that I came to show. I'm pretty proud of how it went. There's a few other matches that I think we won quite well. Obviously, there's a lot of matches that we lost, and I don't really want to show any of those. Yeah, Spread of the Law has a lot of videos that are definitely worth watching, especially if you're just learning how to play. Like, he gives you a lot of useful advice for playing the game. It's kind of like studying for an exam, except you're studying for a game. You have to watch all the tutorial videos from random YouTubers to just not only learn the basics, but even learn like kind of the meta game and how to play each civilization, what strategy to use on each map. There's a lot of research you have to do to just catch up and get to a kind of reasonable level. Did I play Age of Mythology or Age of Empires 3? I played Age of Empires 3 for a little bit. I never really got into it because I was still quite young and not really into RTSs at the time. So like my original experience with Age of Empires 2, I just used cheats a lot and I didn't play it properly. I think I played through a lot of the campaign, but I don't know if I finished it. But yeah, Age of Empires 3, I don't know. It was a good game. It just didn't have the nostalgia that the earlier games had for me because I never played it when I was super young. Like, the first two Age of Empires games were some of the first games I ever played on a PC. So at the time, they were, like, super impressive to me, and now they've, like, got a huge amount of nostalgia value to me. Whereas none of the new Age of Empires games will ever be able to do that, even if they're good. You know, Age of Empires 4 was recently announced, and there's not a lot of information about it yet, so we don't know if it's going to be good or not. But even if it is really good, I don't think it will make me stop playing this. I might check it out, but I don't know if I'll get addicted to it. Did I give up on real life craft? Yes, I did. I did not play that anymore after the live stream I did. Mostly because it felt like a big commitment. It felt like I couldn't play it just kind of casually. It felt like I had to go use the wiki and just look up all the things I should be crafting. Meanwhile, also trying to make it entertaining. It seemed like it would have been really hard to play it well, but also make it entertaining to watch. So I gave that one a pass. It was too complicated to do properly. It was also really hard. I died really fast when I was live streaming that. What's my favorite mythology? Yeah, I never played Age of Mythology. I only played the Age of Empires games. Anyway, I think I'll start up another game. Oh yeah, you can look at the stats at the end of the game, and let's see. Here's the timelines. We can see Red over here, my friend Mikey. He's dominating the timeline pretty much from the start of the game. He's building tons of stuff while everyone else is falling behind, including me. And here you can see Jacob get wiped out almost as soon as the game starts. But yeah, that's pretty much how the match went. The other teams just spent so long fighting with us with those villagers at the beginning, and that lost them a lot of time. You know, what was it? It was at 6 minutes that Jacob was wiped out. So they lost like 6 minutes that they could have been building their base, and that made a big difference. Have I ever tried Red Alert 2? No, I've never played any of those games. I've heard about them a lot, though. I think a lot of people used to talk about them. What happened? What if I opened a Terraria server? I haven't played Terraria in a long time. I played through it once by myself and then once with friends. But then I just never could go back to it. I just didn't find it fun anymore after that. They kept adding updates and stuff, and I tried to go back to it, but I just didn't want to play it anymore. I was like, I've already played this game. It's not as good as Minecraft, I think, in my opinion. So I'd rather just go play Minecraft instead at that point. I feel like I already had the whole experience. I beat Wall of Flesh. You know, maybe they added more bosses, but I don't want to start again. Especially if I didn't even have my old save files anymore. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll give it another try with friends. I don't know if I would live stream it though. That might be exhausting. Alright, I'll have this running in the background. This is a gold rush game, which means there's tons of gold in the middle of the map. And most players will be trying to capture this gold as soon as they can. But that's not always the best strategy. All the players start really far apart from each other, so I'm playing over here, and my ally Mikey is all the way over here. Like, he's really far away from me. So if one of us got attacked, it would be really hard to send backup. Meanwhile, the enemies are also pretty far apart from each other. They're actually closer to us than they are to their allies. So this is another game we won quite easily, and it was quite funny because we forgot that we were playing on Gold Rush. So we totally forgot there was gold in the middle of the map. We just went and attacked the enemies. We didn't bother trying to get the gold. And maybe that's why we won in the end. Oh, someone's asking, have I tried Rocket League? Yeah, I am actually playing Rocket League quite a lot right now. I really like the new mode they added with the spikes. That is, that's a lot of fun. I actually like all the other modes more than the main game, because I feel like with the main game, my depth perception is just not great. I really find it hard to hit the ball, especially like when people start flying around with the rockets. I'm really not good at that. But I feel like all the other game modes have a much lower skill ceiling, so even less talented players can play them quite well. Like the basketball one, the ice hockey one, the one where you break the floor. All the other game modes, I feel they're easier for weaker players to play. Anyway, I'm chopping wood. Exciting. Oh yeah, my mod even adds blood to the animals. Look how bloody those animals are. Poor sheep and cow. Mikey plays as the Aztecs, and what Aztecs do is they attack very early on in the game with infantry. So they attack with men-at-arms and Eagle Scouts as soon as they can. But yeah, early in the game, it's nothing exciting ever happens. People just kind of try to figure out where all the resources are and try to find the most efficient way of building their base. Like people try to make walls out of buildings so that people can't get into your base. Just block it off with houses. Find out where all the wood is and just connect the forests. Make a wall over here, make a wall here, and then here. That's pretty much all you try to do early on in the game. And also try to find out what the enemy is doing, because you can't see the map. You want to kind of find out interesting locations on the map and see if the enemy's sending any army or anything your way. It's really easy to forget how important scouting is, especially if you're just starting off. But if you get good at scouting, you can kind of just send your guy over to the enemy base and see what kind of units they're building, so you know what they're going to attack you with. And then by the time they get to your base, you'll have a suitable counterattack ready. Oh, is he Mayans? Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, Mikey's playing as the Mayans, not the Aztecs. My bad. But yeah, he likes those two civilizations. Yeah, there's so much to learn in this game. Even really basic stuff like luring the boar is something that newcomers won't do. So what you want to do is you want to provoke the boar from far away to come all the way to your town center so that you can kill it faster and don't have to travel as much with all your villagers. Even something like that saves you a lot of time early in the game, but it also is tricky because the boar will kill your villagers if you're not careful. Did I ever play Wonder Victories or Artifact Victories? In PvP, I think they're actually disabled. I'm not sure. I've only used the Wonder Victory against the CPU when it's a kind of really stale match that's not going anywhere. But it feels kind of cheap. Yeah, I usually play as the Franks or the Berbers myself. It kind of depends who I'm playing against. You don't know in advance what civilizations your opponents pick. Sometimes I'm very happy to play as the Franks, but sometimes I wish I was the Berbers, because the Berbers have very good camel archers, which are good against cavalry archers, and they have skirmishers that ride horses, which are very good against other types of archers. So basically, Whenever I'm playing against the civilization that has lots of archers, I wish I was the Berbers, because they're really good at dealing with them. You also have camels, which are pretty fun, because they kill horses very well. But they're not great at anything else, really. So yeah, it's a bit of a rock, paper, scissors game as well. And sometimes you can just get really unlucky with who each player picks, what civilizations they pick. Because if you're playing a team match, and you only pick civs that are bad against the enemy civs, you're gonna have a bad time. Oh, here's a little trick that we only learned quite recently. When you're chopping wood, you should build houses around your woodcutters so that enemies can't attack you, unless they have archers. Like, even building a little wall of houses around your woodcutters is a pretty useful trick. You can do that with your gold as well. I still don't do that very much. I still try to make a wall all the way around my base, which sometimes works well and sometimes it doesn't. It depends what your opponent attacks with. If they try to attack you with scouts, then they suck at knocking down walls. But also, if only one of your allies has a wall and the others don't, then any army that sees your wall will just probably wander off and try to go attack your ally instead. So you gotta make sure that you're communicating well and making sure you're all having a similar strategy. I've been talking a lot, my throat's dying already. I'm gonna grab a quick glass of water. Alright, let's see. Mikey's not very big on walling. He usually doesn't take walling as seriously as I do. I already walled off my entire base, but he's only walled half of his. He's got a big gap here. Sometimes not walling off completely is a good plan, because you kind of trick the enemy into coming into a certain part of your base that you want them to come in, and then it's a trap. Like if you wall off all of your base except one area, the enemy will be like, aha, they left a gap here, and they'll come in, and you'll send one villager behind them and to finish a wall, and then they'll be trapped inside your base, and you'll be like, surprise, we were ready for you, and we're gonna massacre your army. There's all sorts of shenanigans you can do in this game if you get really good at playing it. Even villagers who are kind of weak and useless, you know, if you're good at controlling them, you can really quickly just place some buildings around them to protect them from an army. And that's something I haven't really been able to do very well yet. I'm still getting better at it. Like over here, you know, these guys on the gold, like all you have to do is put like one building here, and one here, and then they're completely safe. Unless the enemy has archers, of course. Anyway, Mikey's doing his thing, and he's sending an army to the enemy really early. Surprised he's using archers as the Mayans. Maybe it's only the Aztecs that do infantry. Maybe Mayans are better at archery. I'm not sure. I never play as those civilizations. Anyway, archers, gate. Here we go. That amount of archers will kill a wooden gate pretty fast. And he sent one more to go scout. And I think he's found these villagers down here. And he's told me that he's attacking. So I'm sending backup. I'm sending some horses over here. And we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna end this player's whole career right here. So he's got his own archers, but you know, it's archers versus archers plus horses. I'm not paying attention here, that's why my horses were attacking that building. I think these archers, these red ones, probably have more upgrades. They have 4+1 attack. Yes, they do. They have +1 to a lot of their stats, while the green archers don't. So Mikey has upgraded his guys, while the opponent has not. So even if he has an equal-sized army, they're not going to do as well. They're building a watchtower to protect themselves. It might be too late, because these guys are just moving on to the next target, which is these weak villagers over here. I'm harassing the villagers that were collecting wood. As you can see, they've all been killed. So this green player is having a very bad time because we both kind of decided to attack him at the same time. Meanwhile, blue, he's not really tried to help his ally at all. He probably wasn't expecting this so early. Okay, we decide not to attack around the town center because that would kill our dudes too quickly. Just trying to pick off the villagers further away. He's got some spearmen, but we're not afraid because I'm just going to send my horses towards the archers. Archers are going to attack the spearmen and my horses are going to attack their archers. And that's when things get really fun, when you just start kind of coordinating your army so well with your ally. Oh, that's a lot of arrows. But yeah, one player can't really do very much against two players like this. Oh, blue is finally sending some backup, but it's not very much and it's too late. He's got knights, they're pretty strong, but he's only got 2 of them. Picking off some archers. Oh, that was not intentional. I probably didn't see that these guys were being attacked. So they died pointlessly. At this point, it's not looking good for us. Those knights, wait, let's see how this goes. I don't remember what happens here. Yep, those archers can't handle those knights. And finally our army is defeated. But, you know, what can I do? My guys get cornered. That sucks. I should have sent them running in a different direction. They could have kept them busy for a bit longer. But anyway, I just upgraded to Castle Age, so now I can build my own knights. My town has not been attacked. It's pretty safe. I've chopped down all my trees. That's something you really have to watch out in this game. If you build a wall, and your wall's connected to some trees, and then you chop them all down, and don't realize you've done it, then your base will be completely open. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Mikey's already rebuilt his archers, ready to attack with more. I don't have anything at this point. Oh, yeah, I've built lots of stables, so I will have horses soon. Oh, someone's saying show the tab that shows military and villager count. Which tab is that? Oh, okay, let's see. You mean this one? So, blue has by far the most villagers, but green's fallen behind after we killed so many of his. Anyway, I'm building knights. Mikey's already attacking again, with upgraded archers this time. Blue's got knights over here. Okay, a bunch of people who actually know how to play the game are watching now. Let's see. Vietnamese also have great skirmishers. Yeah, Vietnamese are they're all about skirmishers and archers. Oh, these knights, they're not doing too well against these archers. Wow. Savage. Mayans have better archers, Aztecs have better infantry. Okay, that's fair enough, that makes sense. Mayans and Aztecs usually both go for archers during the feudal and castle age. Yeah, I've seen players go either way. Yeah, Green hasn't upgraded his archers yet, so this is not going to end well for him. And over here, my knights are coming, and they're being chased by wolves. And now it's my knights versus Blue's knights. But I'm thinking, nah, am I going to take this fight? Oh, I guess I am. And we've got the advantage here. Do we? Yeah, I think my knights have a few more upgrades because I'm playing as the Franks, but yeah, Blue is also the Franks. I forgot about that. So we both have stronger knights. The Franks have the best knights in the game. They have more HP, which is pretty nice because knights already have a lot of HP to begin with. So we're attacking this tower here, and I think the enemy player deleted the tower when he saw that we were attacking it, so we got some resources back. Here comes Blue, and I realize I'm not going to fight those knights. I'm going to come over here to the archers. And now we get into another sticky situation where it looks like we're outnumbered. Let's see how it goes. Yep, we lost, but it didn't go so badly actually. They lost a lot of units too. Meanwhile, Mikey's already built more archers. And, well, I've brought pikemen, but I don't have any horses yet. All my horses are dead. But look, over here! Blue is already collecting the gold in the middle of the map. Whereas me and Mikey, we've forgotten that this was Gold Rush. We forgot that this gold was even here. So we're completely ignoring all this gold. We're just like, nah, we're just gonna harass this green player until he gives up. But he's got a lot of dudes in his base now. He's got a lot of archers and a lot of blue horses too. What am I building? Okay, I'm building horses again, but also pikemen. So it's very important that I have pikemen, otherwise it's like a fair fight between me and Blue. Because we're the same civ, we basically just specialize in horses. So I figure, yeah, this time I'm gonna attack with my pikeman first to take out any horses that he sends my way. He's just busy defending Green's base. Oh, let's see what happens here. See, he would have seen my horses if he was paying attention. He would have seen that they were on the way. Hold on. Let's see. So Blue should have seen these guys on their way, but I don't think he realized until they got to his base. So until now we've been attacking Green, and now we're like, surprise Blue, we're attacking you now. And Blue's been busy trying to collect the gold in the middle of the map, so he doesn't really have anything at his base, because he didn't think anything was going to happen here. So he just sends his villagers to repair these houses while I'm attacking them. But it's not working. It's not enough repair. So they get through and start killing the villagers. They start building a castle here. So I realize I can't get through over here. These villagers are going to build this castle too fast. So I'm like, nope, getting out of here. So that was a pretty good move, but if he wanted to defend better, he would have built that castle, like, a bit sooner. And then maybe they could have killed some knights with the castle. Oh, I don't even have a market, so I can't even see what my ally is doing, because you have to build a market building to see what your allies see, so... Yeah, sometimes I forget to build that. But anyway, let's turn on all visible again. So like, okay, I can't attack his base, I'm just gonna attack these buildings over here. Oh, here come the knights. Okay. This is where things get fun, because I brought pikemen and he did not. Oh, but he brought monks. Monks are very effective against knights. They just convert them to the other team. And knights don't resist conversion very well. But anyway, I'm like, nah, I don't care. My pikemen are gonna kill all your knights. Oh, I've got throwing axemen as well. But yeah, even though, oh, I sent more knights over. I think even though we had a similar amount of knights, I think me just bringing the pikemen along kind of swung the battle in my favor. And then that's Blue's army's dead, and... Oh, where are those monks? Monks are so annoying. These guys. Because it's really hard to find them, and they just convert your units from far away. Oh, Blue had all these horses. I think these were the ones from Green's base. So, if Blue attacked my army with his entire army at the same time, it would have went quite well. But his army didn't make it in time, and it got overwhelmed. So, yeah, that was a fun game, because we totally forgot about the gold, and Blue was busy building a castle in the middle of the map, and he didn't even realize that we don't care about the gold. We just want to kill. We just focus all of our efforts on attacking their bases. And that's perfectly fine until you run out of gold in your base. Then you really do need to take the gold in the middle. Because at that point, if you run out of gold in your base and you don't have anyone collecting gold in the middle, then you're probably going to lose. So, yeah, if we didn't win soon, we might have been in big trouble. But as it stood, we won quite easily. Like, Mikey's got a big army over here, and I've got a big army over here, and they've got nothing to deal with that. So that was a fun, feel-good game. It's always nice when you feel you've done something really well, when your plan just comes together. Alright, let's get back to reading the comments. There's not a lot of comments. Not many people are watching this. A lot more people show up for my EBF5 streams, which is understandable. But I have nothing else to stream at the moment since I'm mostly playing this every day. Sometimes I play Beat Saber as well, but I don't know if I would want to stream that. It would be hard to stream. I think you need a pretty elaborate setup to stream VR stuff. I might just show some of my replays from that as well. Might be easier that way. Also, I wonder if Beat Saber would get a copyright strike since it's all modded songs that I have, so they're all like infringing on copyrights. Oh, you think I should stream Age of Empires live? Maybe. It would be hard for me to commentate and play at the same time though, because if I was streaming it live, we probably wouldn't be that entertaining. We'd just be playing as hard as we could, and I wouldn't be talking very much. And I don't know if we're good enough to watch without any commentary. We might not be that entertaining. Especially if it's a match that goes badly for us, it might be pretty depressing to watch. But who knows? It also might be fun to see our actual reactions to stuff that happens. But overall, my previous Age of Empires streams were not very popular, so I just wanted to show a couple of replays that went really well for us. I don't expect too many people to actually want to watch this, which kind of sucks because it's what I'm spending most of my time on at the moment. I suspect if I want to get more people watching, I'll have to go back to streaming my own games again, which I probably could do at some point. I haven't streamed anything besides EBF 5, so I could go back and play some of my older stuff. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. How long have I been playing Age of Empires 2? I used to play it as a kid, but not seriously. I only started playing it seriously now, a few months ago, and now I have 250 hours. I think my friends have over 300 now. And we're still getting better every time we play, like we're still learning a lot. So it's got a really high skill ceiling, that's for sure. I could stream Bullet Heaven 2 at some point. That's a game I just kind of play every once in a while when I'm bored. Bullet Heaven 1 would be much easier because it's such a short game and it's not crazy hard either. But yeah, I think the next thing I stream from my own games might be that EBF 5 mod that Lightning Laser is working on. Because that might be fun to show off. We'll see. Like, most people might even not notice the difference. It's probably going to be the most interesting for people who are very familiar with the game and have played EBF 5 on the higher difficulty levels. And they see the changes and how they make the game even harder. I think that'll be quite interesting for them. Well, I think people who have not played on the hardest difficulty would see too many changes. I mean, they would see the changes, they just wouldn't recognize that they've been done differently. Anyway, how long has this stream been going? It's only been 1 hour and 12 minutes. Really? It feels like it's been longer. What a short stream. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to do next. There's only 11 people watching, and I showed what I wanted to show. So maybe I should end the stream here and then just come up with something better to stream next time. Oh well, if you have any questions or anything, I guess now's your chance to ask. Yeah, this is a pretty short stream, so I'm not surprised if you're just showing up at the end of it. Usually I did them for like 3 hours, but I pretty much ran out of stuff to show, and looks like not too many people are watching anyway. But next time I will stream something more interesting. Maybe. It'll probably be one of my games. But, you know, I'm not working on anything at the moment. I'm taking a break, so I don't have much to talk about. I was working on the EBF 5 mobile ports, but I haven't touched it in a few weeks now. I might have to get back to that soon. It does work. It already runs perfectly fine on a phone. It's just a bit, it stutters a bit, so I need to improve the performance. Oh, is there going to be an EBF 6? I get asked this like over and over again, and I don't know. I don't have any plans right now. Do I do any modding? Well, I made that blog post where I modded Pokemon Fire Red. So that was my quick little test in the modding stuff. I don't plan to continue that. I just wanted to see how hard it would be to do. But it turns out it was kind of interesting modding a Game Boy game. Besides that, though, not really, no. I mean, I made a map for... Oh, I can show you the map I made for this game. Let's see. The map's not really finished because I'm having trouble with the triggers. But anyway, let's take a look. Matt's Map version 2. So, this is it's kind of like Gold Rush, but a bit different. So, everyone starts with a little kind of enclosed base that's just surrounded by forest. So it's quite easy to wall off here at the entrance. And you also start with 2 guard towers, so it'll be really hard for enemies to rush you early on. And over here in the middle, you've got a big lake surrounded by crocodiles. And in the middle, you've got gold and this wonder to capture. Oh, ignore these knights. I was just testing something. These knights aren't supposed to be here, and neither are these samurai and this outpost. Just ignore those for now. But anyway, this building in the middle, it doesn't do anything, but if you capture it, you get to see this area. You like have a good view of the middle, but people can come and take it off you. So it's basically Gold Rush, but it's just a bit more complicated. There's water in the middle, so you can build ships and do some fishing if you want. There's also some stone around the middle, which is quite hard to get because your guys are quite vulnerable if they're trying to collect it. There's also a lot of cliffs, so you can use archers and have a big boost when you're shooting downhill from here. So yeah, it's just a more complicated version of Gold Rush, really. There's also some secret stuff in the forest. There's more gold here to collect, and there's also some monkeys. And the monkeys do crazy amounts of damage. They kill your dudes in 1 hit, but they don't have very much HP, so you can kill the monkeys. So if you chop through the forest, you find the monkeys, and you find some gold, so that's a little bonus. Everyone's got a different forest area. There's a lot of cool buildings in the level editor that you don't see used in the normal game. So it's kind of fun to check out the level editor just to see what kind of stuff you find in there. I'm guessing most of the stuff is used in campaigns, but I haven't played all the campaigns. So a lot of this I haven't seen before. There's Buddha statues. Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, that's the map. I'm trying to program this map so that you win if you hold this building for 10 minutes. But I'm finding it quite tricky to program that properly. The triggers that the game lets you work with seem to have quite a lot of limitations. And I've even been talking to people who wrote walkthroughs for making levels about how to do what I'm trying to do, and even they're a bit confused. They're like, actually, I don't think timers work the way they should work. Maybe it's a mistake by the developers. But yeah, I'm having problems programming the timers. But it would be a really cool game mode if you could just capture this building and win in 10 minutes. Because it's 4 players, so all the other players would temporarily like team up with each other to attack the guy who has the middle. So I think that would be pretty fun. Alternatively, you could do it that the counter doesn't reset if you lose the building. So you have to hold it for like 10 minutes in total, but if you lose it and capture it again, then the timer doesn't reset. But right now, as it stands, I don't know how to program it properly. It almost works, but not quite. So we'll just have to play it without that feature until then. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with this map. I think it's very aesthetically pleasing. And maybe if I ever completely finish it, I will release it to everyone else. There's a lot of cool scenery that never gets used. Like random wood, random gallows. Just like adding stuff to make the maps look cool. Like all these flowers, man. These never get used in normal games. These flowers make the town look so much prettier. Even in Graveyard, man. But anyway, that's the map I made. I don't know if I'll make more. It's very time consuming. This one took me 5 hours. So, I mean, yeah. It was kind of fun to make, but I don't know if I want to do too much of that. Do I know what the Terraria mod Calamity is? No, I haven't played Terraria in a long time, and I've not checked out any mods for it. How's my day? My day's normal, I guess. Just playing video games today. I played a lot of Beat Saber. I played Beat Saber for 4 hours, so I'm pretty tired. And I played some Age of Empires too, but then I lost. I just kept losing matches, so I got bored. And I came to stream instead because I thought it would be relaxing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the stream's over, guys. I think it's time to move on with your day and go do something more fun. Maybe I'll stream something else next time. I don't know what. My Age of Empires stuff isn't very popular, but I've been playing the game a lot, so that's why I'm streaming it. Whether people want to watch it or not, who cares? Anyway, that's all. I think I'm done. See you later, guys. Have fun and stay safe, I guess. Don't get coronavirus. Stay home if you can.